Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Happy New Year's. Going for a Happy New Year's run. New Year's time is when everything shuts down, so but the temple is going to be very busy. That's where people go. They usually go to the Buddhist temple to welcome the New Year's, to pray. So I'm going to run down to the local temple. It's about a 2-mile run there. Take in the sights of all the people. They'll have a lot of shops around, like a lot of outdoor shops. Pray a little bit, and then they have like a gardens. I'll probably run around the gardens and head back home. Maybe get a matcha while I'm there, tea. So one thing I want to talk about here that was interesting about the Axis was, they don't have much of a social media presence or an online presence. And that's something that I noticed when I was looking them up. Was I just noticed that their website is very dated. It's very, very limited amount of information on it, and they have like zero social media presence. I follow them on Instagram, but they like do no, at least the headquarters itself does zero posting. They don't do any postings at all. So I don't know, I just thought it was interesting, different, that they're a very, very big gym. The gym is not huge itself, but it's a big gym in the sense that they've been around for a long time in the history, and just found that it was very different. And then since I've been there, Keiko, she asked if we could take photos and videos, and they said it was okay. So she took photos and videos, and we've uploaded it to our albums. And then after class, what I would do is I would give one of the partners, and I would drill the position of the day and have somebody film it, and then so that I can have it for my reference, but also so that we can make some educational content for our social media and post it. And then Abraham put together one of the technique videos, and I posted it on the Instagram. And one of the professors there, they reached out to me via Instagram and said, hey, by the way, we don't allow any social media posts from inside the dojo, like no videos of techniques and no videos of training. So I said, okay, I respect that, and I took it down. And I just I found that it's very, very different, a little more old school style, in that it used to be back in the day before social media that every dojo kind of had their secret techniques. Like they don't want to share with everybody else what they're doing, because there's no way for them to find out, right? There was no internet, no social media, no YouTube, no instructionals. So if they had certain techniques that they can implement in tournaments to prove that they are the best, they're going to keep that to themselves, right? They don't want the whole world knowing. Nowadays, there are no secrets, right? As far as like techniques, there's no secrets. So the secret is the details that you implement when applying the technique, right? Anybody can learn anything in jiu-jitsu by research, online, instructionals, YouTube, whatever, right? But just because you see something doesn't mean that you can do it. You can learn how to read music, and you can learn by an instructional on a piano, but until you put the reps in and you have that feel, you're never going to be able to do it. So that's the great thing about jiu-jitsu instructionals. It's a good resource, but doesn't replace. So coming back to them letting me know that it's not allowed, so I took it down, right? And I later talked to the head coach and just said, hey, sorry, I put up a post, I didn't know that it was against the rules, but I guess you guys don't do any social media. And he said, you know what, no, that's just me, I don't do any social media. So what I think what he meant by that was his gym, the headquarters, because if I look up Access Yokohama, they actually have quite a bit of posts. They have posts all over their Instagram. So I just feel like that's something that he does. And when and if I do this interview with him, I think that's one of the questions that I will ask is, why does he not want a social media presence, right? I think what he's doing in Access is very special. Why wouldn't he want to share it with the world? But at the same time, something that I've learned by by going to his gym and experiencing his and when I say his, I mean Professor Watanabe. What I've learned is that how he cherishes his dojo and his gym and his students. He really pays attention to them. He genuinely wants to help them. And that might be one of the reasons why he doesn't share across these social media platforms, because maybe he doesn't want to be distracted with the outside world. Maybe for him, that's his world right now, is his students who are his paying members who come to the gym on a regular basis, who he wants to help progress. And he doesn't want to share that with the world. And if the world wants what he has, they can come and seek it out. So that's one thing. It made me think about my dojo in the sense that, I'm always looking to get bigger and better and stronger and grow. But maybe growth doesn't always mean more. Growth doesn't mean more sales. Not always. Or doesn't necessarily always mean more dojos or more online content. Maybe growth means more attention to your students. If you have a core students of 50 students and your goal is to get 50 more students, well, that is growth. But that is growth outside of what you want. You're seeking outside of what you have already, which is great. It's great to be ambitious, and I'm a very ambitious person, so maybe this is a good lesson for me. But at the same time, if I have a core 50 students, then my growth could be within those 50 students, if that makes sense. If I put my energy and time into those 50 students and they grow, the cohesiveness grows, the gym grows, what we have grows and flourishes, then we're going to attract more people. We don't necessarily have to promote, because what we have is so strong and so beautiful that people are going to want to come. Now, Daruma Dojo has more than 50 students, but it's just an example. And, I've been thinking up in the last year or so, because we were off to such a good start, I've been thinking about expanding maybe into a bigger gym or maybe a second location. But I think what I've learned from Access and from Professor Watanabe is to put more attention into the students that you have, and that is the growth that is more important. So for this year, 2024, it's going to be about growing within Daruma Dojo, creating an environment that's going to attract those around us, because it's such a strong and beautiful thing. Happy New Year's. See you next time.